What is up, guys? Welcome back to 5280. And today we're going to do another part of our mini series. So what we're going to do is clean the inside and the outside of the windshield, and then we're going to apply Rain-X to it. So all the stuff that we're going to need is right here. And depending on how crazy you want to do this, and depending on how easily your windshield collects bugs, depending on the area you live in, there's going to be a couple of extra steps, and you don't have to do all these just to apply this. Really, all you have to do is clean it, wipe it down, apply this, and buff it off. Simple as that. So I do have a glass cleaner, I do have a knife, and I'll explain that later. Same with the clay that we have here as well, and then we also have the Rain-X itself. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on the inside of the windshield. So I'm going to show you how to get around the steering wheel and get a real good clean on the inside as well. So first things first is we're going to clean the windshield. Now this is something I would recommend after doing your car wash. So pretty simple. I'm just going to oversaturate it, wipe it down.
So dark and cold-hearted, I'm breathless to say the least. So far from a superstar, and my daydreams are killing me. Feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm never feeling okay. Good days are so hard to find.
Simple as that. So if you're not going to do the next steps, which are more or less if you have a lot of bugs or a lot of stuff caked onto the windshield, you can actually skip forward, and I'll put the timestamp in the footnotes down there to let you be able to jump ahead. I will show you guys also how to clean the inside of the glass as well. It's going to be the last thing we'll do, but let's jump on to our next step, which is going to be using our we're going to use our little X-Acto knife, and basically what we're going to do is saturate the windshield. We're going to use the X-Acto knife to basically get any bugs or anything off. Again, this windshield is actually in pretty clean shape because it's kind of coming towards the end of the summer season, so there's not as many bugs out, but let's get into it. So this is what I'm talking about, the knife here. And honestly, all you're going to do is, so here's the windshield, you're going to do it with a slight angle like so, and that's going to basically help prevent from scratching the windshield, and honestly, scratching glass is pretty hard. So again, oversaturated it. Now you're going to take a knife, and you're just going to do this. What it's going to do is take any material on there that you're not going to get for the clay bar and get it off. You're going to do this to the whole windshield. Honestly, this doesn't take that long, maybe 2 minutes.
My angels keep it at bay. Can't blame the people for trying. Just let me fall to my grave. Just let me.
So still not a whole lot of stuff on here, but you can see right here there's some stuff. The back edge as well. Just gonna wipe it onto a towel. Wipe the windshield down.
Just let me fall to my.
Alright, I wanted to show you guys something. You can kind of hear all the stuff that's on this. So, I'll try to get you guys to hear this. Hear that sound? It kind of sounds like grit. Well, that's all the extra stuff that's on the windshield. That's what we're trying to get off. Simple as that. Now we're going to grab a clay bar, and we're basically going to do a very similar thing that we just did. We're going to oversaturate the windshield. We're going to use this. This is going to pick up any extra debris or dirt embedded into the glass. And the reason why you want to do that is that you get a better adhesion with the Rain-X, and it helps last longer and also helps with the dispersion of water. Pretty simple. See, pulled up a lot of gunk off of that, even though that still was fairly clean. So that's gonna be our last step. Honestly, again, that took less than a minute. So what else we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna do the other side of the windshield, and then we're gonna coat the whole windshield with Rain-X. Just because you wipe it down and you clean the windshield, it doesn't really mean it's clean. Still look at all that junk that's on there. That's just from using the razor blade and using a clay bar to get everything up out of it. Especially like sap from a tree and then just other dirt and stuff. So this is probably one of the better ways to clean your windshield, especially if you live somewhere where it's really buggy, like Florida, and actually sometimes here when it's in the middle of the summer, it gets pretty bad. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply our Rain-X. So I'm going to go grab that, read the instructions. Now since it's hot out, this is going to be pretty fast in the application, so I'm going to explain everything and then show you. Okay, so here's our Rain-X, and our directions say basically clean the surface, and then you're going to apply this to a damp cloth, which I'm going to use an applicator pad. And then you're going to basically use an overlapping motion and then let it dry to a haze. Once it's at a haze, then you are going to remove it with a microfiber towel. So the only thing is if it's a hot day like this and you're having some issues with wiping it down, it says use a little sprinkles of water to help get that crystal clear look that you're supposed to come out with. So again, clean it, apply it with a dry towel or applicator pad, let it haze over, wipe it off, and then you're done. So again guys, I'm going to do this pretty quickly just because it's hot out. It is going to dry fast. So I'm going to do this half of the windshield real quick. Gotta give you guys an idea. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it is hazing over. Take a towel. Buff off. Can you hear the sound? Go. So I was going to do it to this side next, then we're going to pull in the garage and I'm going to show you how to clean the inside of the windshield. Pretty straightforward, nothing much to it. It's just one of those things that does help when it rains or snows. Makes it just a little bit easier to clean that windshield off and be able to have better visibility. So guys, you're going to clean the whole inside of the windshield from the passenger seat, and I'll show you how. This is actually real easy. Now, depending on where you are in your cleaning process, honestly, it's good to have your rag and your product with you. Now, if you just spray your product on your rag, what you're gonna do is you're gonna minimize overspray onto your dash. So if you've already wiped the dash down, and you're doing the windshield last, well, spray onto your rag. You're not gonna get it all over that stuff you just wiped down, and with that dash dressing that's on there. So keep that in mind. Now, pretty easy. You're just gonna wipe it down like so. Passenger side is honestly gonna be the easiest. Pretty straightforward. Now, the hardest to get your rag settled here, the hardest is going to be getting to this part. So, spray your rag again. What you're going to want to do is you're going to take your hand, plant it on the driver's seat. You're going to take your other hand, you're going to put it up here, like so. And this is how you're going to wipe the driver's side of the windshield down. Pretty easy. A little bit of elbow grease. Not the most comfortable position. It sure beats getting around the pesky steering wheel, especially if you're sitting in the driver's seat. Now, see, the hardest thing about this job is making sure the windshield is clean. It's one of the hard things that I have a hard time seeing. So, I'll go outside, I'll double check it, make sure everything looks good. But I don't see any hazing or any fogging. And I normally keep this pretty clean, so if you keep on top of it, it's honestly going to be easier. And don't forget little things like your rearview mirror here. Awesome, guys. We are all wrapped up. Pretty easy going. Clean the inside of the windshield, clean the outside, and also Rain-X'd. That is probably one of the easier things you can do on these cars to make the biggest difference, especially while driving. I mean, Rain-X, it's really meant to bead the water up and sheet it right off the car. Well, it does a pretty good job when it's raining or even snowing out. But if you guys have any questions, please comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe and you can get those numbers up. But until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.